to another episode of UAE Hustlers with me, Sparsh Kumar. Before we jump into the episode, I just want to thank all our viewers and listeners for tuning in and showering this channel with so much of love. I'm truly, truly grateful and thankful for that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. In today's episode, I have a very special guest who recently started her own production studio as a side hustle along with her full-time job. We're going to go on this journey with her, understand the challenges she faced, the positive experiences she had, and the big question, was it all worth it? So please join me in welcoming Emma. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much for coming over. I know you're busy, and I really appreciate you taking out the time to come here.
For you, anytime.
Aww. All right, so before we jump into Emma Productions, tell me how you came to the UAE.
Oh, I came to the UAE not planned. It was a random kind of like last minute internship that I got here. So I was graduating from university and via someone I got this internship here, and a month later I had to fly and actually do it as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was in a big resort here in Dubai.
Okay, how many years ago was that?
7.5 almost.
All right, so you've been here for quite some time then.
Yeah.
Nice. What was your initial experience like when you came to the UAE first?
I don't know, like it took me a few years, to be honest, to ground here. Because me as a person, I wouldn't consider myself the type that would normally go to Dubai, let's say, in the UAE. But I don't know, like I've grown to this place now, and I don't know, I just feel more at home here than back in Europe, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. So Emma, I know you have a full-time job, and along with that, you decided to start Emma Productions. So how did that come into being? What triggered that idea? What made you want to do that?
I don't know, like, so at the resort where I did my internship, they hired me after, and I did the social media for a lot of the restaurants there. And I studied photography as one of my courses when I was in Jakarta for a little bit for my study. But I never really did anything with it after that one. But then when I was working here, they kind of trusted me, and they had a camera in the office, and they were like, go shoot, you know? So I started doing photography in the resort, actually.
Okay.
And then only actually when I left and I started my other job, I had some friends who did small events. So she was doing like a social group, and she organized small events. And she asked if I wanted to take photos at the events. I was like, okay.
Why not?
Why not? Let me try.
I mean, you did a course, so why not put it to some use?
I knew the basics at least. Yeah. And I had a passion for it. And like she knew that. So yeah. And then when traveling, I started to do photography, and people liked that as well. And I think that's where most of the first jobs came from. That people loved my travel photography, and they were like, I'm sure she can do this at an event or something as well. So yeah, like it was not really like a plan. But then at one point I was like, okay, I need to start like a little company, or at least like something with my name on it, and try to see where this goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you said you did a few courses on photography before, so was it always an inbuilt passion you had for photography, videography, or is it something you discovered over time that you enjoy?
So I'm not sure actually why I signed up for the photography. I think I was just trying to pick the most fun courses. Yeah. Like they had like journalism and that kind of stuff. And I thought photography fit in that area. Okay. Because I always wanted to work in the video industry or the television or something like that. And then when I was doing the course, like I learned the basics of how to put the camera on manual and, you know, take good photos, like not like I did before. Like that's how I kind of discovered that I really had a passion for it.
Maybe it's destiny.
I think so. Yeah.
Look how it's all panning out and how everything's falling into pieces.
Yeah. That's life, you know.
That's life, true. Now, when you started the production company, how did you go about it? Would you say Dubai was conducive? Was it easy to set it up, or did you face any challenges doing it?
it didn't feel like setting up a company. Like I'm not really a company. I'm kind of just freelancing. So for me, I think the hardest part was at one point to take myself serious and to, like see how am I gonna, I don't know, price my services and that kind of stuff. Because that was really hard in the beginning. Because I did it out of passion. It was not something that I started to make money or I started because I wanted this as a business.
Right.
I started it as a passion. So slowly, I got more clients here and there. And that's how I've kind of grew into like what I'm shooting now. But like no challenges really, then only the challenges I think in myself of believing in my work and valuing it in the right way. So yeah, like it's hard to ask money for people when you're doing just something you love.
Yes, I understand your point, because it's not something you're doing professionally, so you don't really know how to benchmark the price.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
By now, yes, but in the beginning, no. Yeah, like a few years ago, it was hard.
Okay, and also, how is the media industry here in here in Dubai? You would say, Emma, like for you to, I wouldn't say break in, but in terms of getting opportunities, was it easy? Would you say it's still a growing industry in the UAE, or is it saturated? What's your thoughts on it?
I think in the UAE, you have a lot of photographers and a lot of content creators and videographers. But I do feel that a lot of people are still doing the same thing.
Okay.
Because I do feel there is a good group of passionate photographers. But I feel there's here, money is a main driver for a lot of people, I think, especially in Dubai. And I do feel there's a lot of companies and photography companies that are driven by the money.
Okay.
What makes them operate a little bit different. But I don't know. I think if you stick as a photographer to your own scene, and for me, what really worked is that I started to get into the local community a lot. And there it's just mouth to mouth. So I'm not even doing any advertisement or anything. It's just via like all the girls, they get my Instagram, and that's how I get most of my clients now.
And I think that's the best way. Word of mouth is the best form of advertisement, honestly.
And in Dubai, 100%. Like Dubai, it looks like a big city, but end of the day, everybody knows each other in some way.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think if you have a good reputation, that's the most important.
That's the most important.
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you say for Emma Productions, for your venture? What is it that differentiates you from the others out there? Others, like your competition. What is it that makes you stand out or unique? What's your unique style?
I don't know, to be honest. Because I do a lot of different things at the moment. I didn't find my niche yet.
Okay. But what do you like to do?
What I love to do is, for me, like the photos need to have a human element and tell a story. So for me, doing a wedding, I don't like to be standing there and just take, like the photos of everybody just standing together and posing.
Yeah.
For me, I just like to be fly on the wall and just shoot all the candid that's going on and all the moments that happen. So I think that's mostly the style that I love the most and where people book me for as well.
I agree. I mean, I've seen some of your pictures. Your candid photos are so beautiful. You capture the emotion and the moment so well, Emma. It's truly amazing what you do. No joke. Like one of the best videographers and photographers I've seen here in the UAE, hands down.
No.
So yes, you will not regret booking her for a portrait session. I can guarantee that much from personal experience.
I did yours as well.
Yes, you did. Fun fact, the picture of the UAE Hustlers podcast is taken by Emma. So it's like, if you ask me, I think it's a pretty nice picture.
It's pretty candid as well.
It's pretty candid as well, yeah. And what I love the most is you make everybody feel so comfortable. Like me, for example, when we did that shoot, I'm not comfortable in front of camera. I really don't know what to do, where to look, how to pose. But you made me feel so comfortable and just so present. And because of that, you could see that in the pictures as well, the ones that you took. You could really capture me being at ease. When I'm laughing, you could see that I'm genuinely happy. And I really like that. I really like that you captured those bits, which even I couldn't see for myself.
What is funny, because I find it very hard to pose people. That's why that's why I feel like candid is my best way, because I find it hard to. Now it's a bit better because I've done it more, but it's, I don't know, I find it still hard to make people do something, for the camera.
Well, I think that's because I would assume it would be more easy to get people to pose than capture emotions candidly.
No, not for me at least.
For you, I think it's amazing that you're able to capture emotions candidly, like just letting people be there in their elements. And
but I don't have to do anything. I just have to take the photo.
But you got to capture the right moments, which you do. Beautifully.
Yeah.
How do you manage this? I'm really curious. Like, you have your productions on the side. You have a full-time job. How do you do it? How do you do this?
Good question. Well, I was actually talking yesterday with somebody about it. And I've been working since I was 14. And actually, back in the days, I always used to have 2 jobs as well.
Wait a minute. Did you say you were working since the age of 14?
Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't?
No. I'm a UE kid.
Oh my God. Oh, you only start after uni?
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, in Europe, we're like, we have to make our own money.
Yeah. That's another big cultural difference, which is pretty cool.
Like, I worked 7 years in a supermarket. And then besides that, I had always washing dishes or restaurants or anything else on the side. So I think I learned kind of how to balance it. But now it's a bit different. But I don't know, my weekends are mostly full with shoots. I try to put them there, or end of the afternoons if I can fit in somewhere,
Did it ever overwhelm you? Did you ever feel why am I doing this?
Well, a lot of times I'm like, should I quit my full-time job and just do this to make it more easy? Because some weeks are killing me, but then I try to have always a week or 2 weeks of not too many shoots.
Okay.
I'll just calm that down and I don't schedule anything because I need that downtime as well.
Okay.
So I try to, balance it. I don't want to burn myself out.
Okay. That's good. I was just going to ask you, when you feel overwhelmed or when you feel burned out, what is it that you do to just find your center, I would say? So you take some time off between shoots and between weeks. Okay, that's interesting. What do you do for yourself? What is, I wouldn't say hobbies. Yeah, hobbies. You could say hobbies as well. What is it, something that you do for yourself as Emma time? This is what you do to find your center. This is what you do to just disconnect.
Nothing. Sometimes.
Come on, that's not true.
No, just being at home and doing nothing sometimes is nice.
Really?
Okay. If I don't have to edit, if I don't have to, do anything, that can also just be relaxing for me. But I play piano. Sometimes I do that. I did kickboxing with you.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask you.
That helped a lot as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just working out or going out with friends, having nights with my girlfriends and just being out. And that's for me enough to disconnect.
That's good. Would you say, so your family's away, they're back home. I believe you're here by yourself. So what's your support system here? How is it? Yeah, what's your support system here?
My friends. I have friends from the beginning when I came here 7 years ago. They're my family. And then I have a group of Emirati friends as well. And we're very close. And I don't know, they also feel like my sisters here.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. And they've been there for me in the downtimes and everything. And then of course, all my other friends. Because I think in the UAE, you make your own family. Yes. And everybody, you have your family here, but a lot of people don't as well.
Correct,
yeah.
Yes.
So it's an easy place to build your own family, Yeah. Surround you with the people that you like.
That's good to know. So they are there to support you, be there to thick and thin. So you have that emotional support system here, which I mean, I was assuming you might miss considering family's away, but it's good to know that you have a solid foundation of friends here.
Yeah, 100%.
Is there any piece of advice you like to offer from your experience to someone who might want to start something similar like you?
Advice? Maybe, I don't know, like I think if you do photography, like it has to come, I think, from passion. If you want to have your own unique style, or if you want to, if you want to do it in a way that's different, it has to be your passion, because I think that's what makes it different. Like me, like I have my own style because I want to look at the picture and I want to love it. Like I want to feel, that feeling of passion when I'm like, yes, I took a nice picture. I hate it when, like, that's why I say no a lot, for instance, like corporate events. I just don't want to do it because I know I'm not going to get satisfaction out of the end results because the lighting probably, and it's just going to be flat and I don't know. And I think because I have my full-time job, that gives me actually the freedom to say no to jobs that I don't want to do as well. So I can
so
actually...
it has its benefits.
Yeah, so I keep it pure to my passion.
Okay.
And do shoots that I love. And I think that what helps with giving the best result at the end.
I mean, I agree with you 100% because it shows in all your pictures. It captures how passionate the person behind the lens is. So that's some really good advice. Some really good advice, Emma. I want to know what's next for you. What do you plan now? Let's say the next 5 years.
Ideally, I would open like a own little studio where I can shoot my portraits.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think that's something that I would love. Like, I don't know if I want to do it, maybe find a bigger place to live where I can build a little studio in there, or if I want to have a separate one. But definitely, like, that's my goal now, to find something, to have an actual space for myself where I can do my shoots.
That's nice. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I hope that's gonna happen, and hopefully next time we sit down on a podcast, you'll be having your own little studio.
I hope so.
Well, from my end, I think that's a wrap. Emma, I want to thank you so much for coming onto the podcast, sharing your experience with us, and I got to know a little bit more about what you do, and I'm really happy and glad you did this, because I think you're an amazing photographer, an amazing videographer. So I'm really, really glad you decided to do this. And I wish you all the very best. And I can't wait to see this take off and take you to the next level.
Thank you. You all the best with the podcast.
Thank you so much, Emma.
You're going to do great.
Aww.
Thank you for me being your first.
Always. Thanks, Emma. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's it for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're interested in checking out some of Emma's work, do go to her Instagram handle or her website. The links to both are mentioned in the description below. I will see you again in 2 weeks. And until then, keep smashing it, keep growing, and relentlessly chase your dreams.